This is the Dome of the Rock, or you can call it the Temple Mount. This is where Satan will show up. In Jerusalem, this is the Temple Mount.
This comes first. He's a pretender. He's a play actor. Satan is a play actor. He's not the real Christ. He's a fake. He's instead of Christ. Some people get that confused sometimes. It's really not. He's not. He is Antichrist, but he is Satan, the devil. He got so many names. And I want to go over some things about the three world ages because I wanted to just clarify it maybe a little more. And mystery of God, the three world ages, that is the mystery of God, because it's got to do with, that is like a big mystery to most people. They don't know about the three world ages. They don't understand why the dinosaurs were here and how that all happened and everything. And it's about the lineage of Christ and what happened in the garden, and the lineage to Christ from Adam and Eve. The first world age, we were all in the Spirit, and we were all happy, and it was perfect. It was heaven, because God was there. And it wasn't like this earth age. It was a lot of people wonder why there's so much evil in the world right now. Well, because in the first world age, a third of God's children followed Satan. And Satan was trying to make his own government, just like I had talked to you in a previous meeting, that how he was basically tried to overthrow. He wanted to sit where God was, and instead of being a high cherub, he wanted to actually be like God and sit on the mercy seat. And God got really sick of it, and he was going to he didn't want to destroy a third of his children, so he destroyed that earth age, and he created a flesh age. And the flesh age is about you're born innocent from a woman. There wasn't a womb and a woman before. This is in the flesh age. Before there there was no births and stuff like that, like the flesh age. And the first world age was a place where the firmament covered, it was around the whole earth, around the whole globe. It was the oceans. They were all around the whole earth. And God got tired of Satan trying to do this politically correctness, and he put an end to it. It was called the Kabot. And the Kabot is when he shifted the whole earth off its axis, and because he got sick of it and he wanted to stop it, so he made this earth age. And while he made this earth age, this second earth age, we will have a third one, which will go back into the spirit, which is the millennium, for 1,000 years, and that'll be strict discipline. And then there will be a third world age where it will be, we'll forget all those people who were on Satan's side. He'll have a right to destroy them then, because they basically are choosing to be destroyed. And we don't want them there anyhow. They'll be taking from our memory in the third world age, and we'll go back to be perfect again. And we won't be bored, and we won't have the same problems as right now. The sins that we do now, we won't have to worry about all that, because it'll be totally different. And one of the most important things is to understand is when Satan comes back as false Christ, he's going to deceive the whole world. That's Revelations 12:9. comes here in a vehicle like a UFO to the Mount of Olives, the Mount Zion, or Mount Moriah, whatever you want to put around that area where the Temple Mount is, at Gold Dome in Jerusalem. That's where it'll happen. He'll come there, and he'll be claiming to be God, and he'll deliver these people up, called the elect. And these elect are people who chose to come here from in the first world age. They fought against Satan, and they were on God's side, and they're justified. They're not any better than anybody else. They just know the truth, and they're going to try to teach people the truth while they're here on earth. And the very elect are the ones who are going to be here during the time when Satan comes here, and they will stand against Satan, and they'll be delivered up to Satan in Jerusalem. And when he delivers them up, God will speak through them if they allow it, which they will all allow it. And when God speaks through them, that's called the cloven tongue. And that cloven tongue, when they speak, no matter what language you understand, whatever language you were brought up with, Chinese, Spanish, German, you'll hear it in your language and in where you come from, and it won't be. You'll understand it perfectly because it'll be God speaking through those people. There's 7,000 very elect. There's 332 princes of the elect, and these people aren't any better than anybody else. They just came here to teach, try to lead people to God and to the truth. And they're not prettier than everybody else. They're not smarter than anybody else. But God recognized them from the first world age, and that they were justified, and that means that they have already fought against Satan, and they're here to fight against Satan again. And that's why things are getting evil now, more and more evil on the earth, is because those children who followed Satan in the first world age, they're here in the last generation. Remember, we talked about the fig tree generation. It started in 1948, and that was the last generation on earth when Israel became Israel again. And the third who follows Satan, we're going to be here the very last. And they're here now. That's why things are getting worse and worse and worse. And there's no morals, and it's getting weirder by the day. And somebody asked me on